Attention, duelists! It is a new set that has just released, the Invincible raid. So we're going to do this pack opening the same way we do all of them. I'm going to open a bunch of packs. I'm going to read off card descriptions and effects as new ones show up. And we're all going to have a great time. Let's open our first 10 pack. Alright, got a couple of rainbows. Let's see if we can't get some. I'm excited for a couple of things in here. Dinomorphia is one that has my interest, even though it's not at full power yet. B-Trooper, though. Got a lot of B-Trooper cards. And a B-Trooper thing at the solo gate. So let's see what here. Magnet Warriors. Dinomorphia Reversion. And Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. So, Beta Magnet Warrior. And we have Darton, the Mechanical Monstrosity. Machine, level 1 with question mark attack points. Once per turn during your main phase, check the difference between the current and original attack of each monster on the field. Add up to the total of each of those differences and make this monster's original attack become that combined amount until the end of your opponent's next turn. That's a weird one. Strange effect. Earth's Arctic Radiation. Continue spell. Activate the spell by placing 7 counters on it. Each time an Earth's Arctic monster is special summoned from the hand or extra deck, remove 1 counter from this card, draw 1 card. Once per turn, during the end phase, you can target 1 Earth's Arctic card in your graveyard except Earth's Arctic Radiation, shuffle into the deck. You can only control 1 Earth's Arctic Radiation. Bit of a draw engine for Earth's Arctics, which is good because they don't have a lot going for them. Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. If this face-up card is destroyed in a monster zone, you can place it in a face-up spell or trap zone as a continuous spell, instead of sending it to the graveyard. You can only use each of the following effects of Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon once per turn. When an attack is declared involving Crystal Beast monster, special summon this card from the hand. You can banish this card, treat it as a continuous spell, special summon 1 level 4 or lower Crystal Beast monster from your deck, but negate its effects. And if you do, add 1 ultimate Crystal monster from your deck to your hand. Weird time to get Crystal Beast support, but they got something. B-Trooper Squad. Tribute 1 non-token insect monster. Special summon 1 B-Trooper token for every 1,000 original attack of that tributed monster. You can only activate 1 B-Trooper Squad once per turn. Dinomorphia Reversion. Counter Trap. If you control a Dinomorphia fusion monster, pay half your life points, banish 1 counter trap from your graveyard. This effect becomes that counter trap's effect when that card is activated. During damage calculation, while your life points are 2,000 or less, if you would take battle damage, you can banish this card from your graveyard. You take no battle damage from that battle. You can only activate 1 Dinomorphia Reversion per turn. So Dinomorphia counter card, that lets it become another counter card. Which is a way of saying it becomes a solemn card. Nordic Relic Svalin. Continuous Trap. If you control an Aesir monster, you can negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls until the end of this turn. You contribute 1 Nordic monster, then target 1 Aesir monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use 1 Nordic Relic Svalin effect per turn and only once that turn. Nordic is one of those things that I wish was better than it was. DD Lilith. If this card is no more special summoned, you can activate 1 of these effects. You can only use this effect of DD Lilith once per turn. Target a DD monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand, or add a face-up DD Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. The Ogdotics have already been out, so I'm not going to go over that. Dinomorphia Sonic. When your opponent activates a spell or trap card while you control a Dinomorphia monster, pay half your life points, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card, then destroy 1 Dinomorphia monster you control. During damage calculation, while your life points are 2,000 less, if you would take battle damage, you can banish this card from your graveyard. You take no battle damage from that battle. You can use 1. You can only activate 1 Dinomorphia Sonic per turn. And here's a big one. B-Trooper Scout Buggy. I say big one. It's a rare. You cannot special summon monsters except insect-type monsters. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can special summon 1 B-Trooper Scout Buggy from your hand, deck, or graveyard. You can only use this effect of B-Trooper Scout Buggy once per turn. It's a good little tour guide for insects. Alright, let's run them down. Dinomorphia Brute. Pay half your life points. Destroy one Dinomorphia monster you control and one card your opponent controls. When your opponent activates a card or effect while your life points are 2,000 or less, banish this card from the graveyard and take no effect damage from your opponent's card effects this turn. You can only activate one Dinomorphia Brute per turn. Dinomorphia Alert. Pay half your life points. Special summon up to 2 Dinomorphia monsters from your graveyard whose total levels equal 8 or less. But you can't declare an attack with them this turn. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except Dinomorphia monsters. When your opponent activates a card or effect while your life points are 2,000 or less, banish this card from the graveyard. You take no effect damage from your opponent's card's effects this turn. You can only activate one Dinomorphia Alert per turn. Epigonin, the Impersonation Invader. You can tribute one effect monster, special summon this card from your hand, then special summon one Epigonos token, which is level 1 with 0/0, with the same type and attribute as the tributed monster's original type and attribute. You can only use the effect of Epigonin, the Impersonation Invader, once per turn. I don't know what this card's use is. Nordic Beast Gulenbursti. For a Synchro Summon, you can substitute this card for any one Nordic tuner. You can only use each of the following effects of Nordic Beast Gulenbursti once per turn. If this card is normal special summoned, special summon one Nordic monster from your hand. You can target one Nordic monster in your graveyard, except Nordic Beast Gulenbursti, add it to your hand. Alright, so Nordics are slowly catching up to everyone else. Still far off. Night Sword Serpent. If this card was sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect of Night Sword Serpent once per turn. A little bit of a recurring snake for those reptile players who are few and far between. Got another B-Trooper squad. Epsilon, the Magnet Warrior. If it's normal special summon, you can send one level 4 lower Magnet Warrior monster from your deck to the graveyard, except Epsilon, the Magnet Warrior. If this card's name becomes the sent monster's name until the end phase. Then you can special summon one Magnet Warrior or Magnet Warrior monster from your graveyard with a different name than the cards you control. You can only use this effect of Epsilon, the Magnet Warrior, once per turn. Alright. DDD Headhunt. If you control a DDD monster, target one face-up monster your opponent controls, take control of it until the end phase of the next turn. But its effects are negated, it can't declare an attack. Also, if it is a monster special from the extra deck, is also treated as a DDD monster. You can only activate one DDD Headhunt per turn. And another Epigonin. Don't like getting repeats this early in the opening. That's a good one. Let's run it down. Shining Pisophilia. It's a rock monster, which, sure, cannot be destroyed by battle. At the end of the damage step, if this card battled an opponent's monster, place one peace counter on this card, max of 4. Then apply the following effects based on the number of peace counters on it. 1. Place one monster from your deck on top of your deck. 2. Draw a card. 3. Add one monster from your deck to your hand. 4. Add one card from your deck to your hand. This has the potential to do work, but I don't think you're going to be able to get an opponent to attack this thing 4 times. Barely even once with the way the game is these days. B-Trooper Scale Bomber. Insect. If an insect monster is normal or special summoned to your field, except the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. When a monster your opponent controls activates its effect, quick effect. Tribute one insect monster, destroy it. You can only use each effect of B-Trooper Scale Bomber once per turn. Dinomorphia Shell. Counter Trap. At the start of your opponent's battle phase, pay half your life points. Special summon one Dinomorphia token, which is a level 10 Dark Dino with 0 attack, 3000 defense. And if you do, for the rest of the turn, while you control that token in your monster zone, your opponent cannot target other monsters for attacks except that one. During damage calculation, while your life points are 2,000 or less, if you take battle damage, banish this card from your graveyard. You take no battle damage from that battle. You can activate one Dinomorphia Shell per turn. Alright, trap monster with a little bit of a bonus. Dark Contract with Patent License. If your opponent special summons a monster with the same card type, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Link, as a DDD monster you control, except in the damage step, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent, Also, while this card is on the field, your opponent can't special monster the same card type as that special summon monster for the rest of the turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one DD monster from your graveyard or in face-up DD Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. You can only use this effective Dark Contract with patent license once per turn. Alright. I think the best use of this would probably be to prevent your opponent from doing link climbs. Because DDD Gilgamesh is a pretty good one. I'm pretty sure he's a link. B-Trooper Formation. Target one B-Trooper monster in your graveyard. Special summon it, but it cannot attack this turn. Also, you lose life points equal to its original attack. If a face-up insect monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one B-Trooper token. You can only use each effective B-Trooper formation once per turn. Alright, nice little once per turn revival with the field spell. And then we have Ultra B-Trooper Absolute Hercules. Level 11 Insect Fusion, 4000 by 4000, requiring 4 insect monsters. After this card is fusion summoned, it is unaffected by other cards' effects until the end of your next turn. At the end of the battle phase, you can target one insect monster with 3000 or less attack in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use this effect of Ultra B-Trooper Absolute Hercules once per turn. This is a big boy. And with that 3000 limit on revival, it can also bring back the big B-Trooper Link monster or their bigger main deck monsters, which is really good. Because odds are you'll have sent a couple of those away for part of its fusion material. Or you'll somehow manage to have smarted it out and just use a bunch of B-Trooper tokens. In which case, free bug. That's a good get, though. I'm planning on making a B-Trooper deck. Not to brag or nothing, but I did watch Beetleborgs back in my day. The only new thing is another piece of Philia, and there's B-Trooper Formation. During the main phase, pay 2,000 life points, make both players send all cards that control the graveyard at the end of the third battle phase after this card's activation. Don't you just skip the battle phase and then this card never goes off? What a waste. Got some new ones. Imprudent Intrusion. Your life points must be lower than your opponent's to activate and resolve this effect. Activate one of these effects. Destroy one monster your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to the difference in life points. Special summon a monster from your graveyard with attack less than or equal to the difference in your life points. Weird, picky card. Don't think it's very good. Nordic Smith Evaldi. If you control an Aesir or Nordic monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal special summoned, you can add one Nordic Relic card from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Nordic Smith Evaldi once per turn. Alright, Nordic's getting a free summon off of a thing. So, still doesn't make their boss monsters any better. Sad to say. DD Griffin. Level 4, Pendulum monster. Pendulum scale is 1. Pendulum effect. Target a fiend monster you control, it gains 500 attack until the end of this turn. For each Dark Contract spell trap with a different name currently on your field or in your graveyard. Then destroy this card. You can only use this effect once per turn. Its monster effect is if you control a DD monster, special summon this card from your hand in defense position. If this card is Pendulum summoned, you can discard a DD or Dark Contract card, draw one. If this card is special summoned from the graveyard, you can add one DD card from your deck to your hand, except DD Griffin. You can only use this effect of DD Griffin once per turn. Alright, so it's good for a little bit of an attack bump. Can special summon itself. Get you some extra if you Pendulum summon it. Not too terrible. Another Arsartic Radiations. No new faces in this one. Couple of Crystal Beasts, more repeats of the field spell. There's a shiny. Another Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. And I guess I'll run down this one. Ogdotic Serpent Strike, continuous spell. Send one monster from your hand or field to the graveyard, then target a reptile monster in your graveyard with a different original attribute than that monster. Special summon it. During the main phase, if a monster is sent to your opponent's graveyard, you can send one reptile monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can only use each effect of Ogdoadic's Serpent Strike once per turn. Ogdoadics aren't really used for their own gimmick as much as they are just thrown into reptile decks for being decent reptiles. Alright. Got Bee Trooper Armor Horn. It is a Link 2 with 1000 attack, requiring 2 insect monsters. You cannot special summon monsters except insect monsters. You can only use each of the following effects of Bee Trooper Armor Horn once per turn. During your main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon 1 insect monster. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish 3 other insect monsters from your graveyard, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. So, in Bee Trooper, an insect is an easy Link 2 that lets you get an extra normal summon off. Take that, Link Spider, and it can bring itself back from the graveyard. Nordic Relic Hlutskjalf. Probably said that wrong. Sorry to the Norse. Special summon 1 Nordic monster from your deck, but you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except Aesir monsters, while that monster is face up on the field. You can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 Nordic monster from your deck to your hand, then shuffle 1 card from your hand into the deck. You can only use 1 Nordic Relic effect per turn, and only once that turn. Even when they give the Nordics some stuff, they don't give them the good stuff. So the big gets out of this one would be the Absolute Hercules, the Armor Horn, and just the general Bee Trooper support we got. But hey, I got gems to spend, baby. Who knows what the future has in store for old Phoenix. These will speed up as we go along and as we see less and less repeats. Crystal Release, equip spell. Equip onto a Crystal Beast monster, gains 800 attack. When this card is sent from your field to the graveyard, place 1 Crystal Beast monster from your deck face up in your spell and trap as a continuous spell. Alright, Rainbow, show me a bug. Oh wow, Fossil Dig. That's just a good ultra to get. For any fans of dinosaurs, which we all remember Jurassic Park growing up before it turned into what it is now. Of course we love dinosaurs. Got another Armor Horn. And other than that, doesn't look like any newcomers. Nothing. That's a bummer pack. I hope they didn't bloat this with reprints. Another Epigonin. Here we actually have a new one, Dinomorphia Diplos. Level 4 dinosaur monster. 1000 attack, 0 defense. If this card is normal special summoned, you can send 1 Dinomorphia card from your deck to the graveyard. Then, if your life points are 2000 or less, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. If this card is destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can banish 1 trap from your graveyard, special summon 1 level 4 or lower Dinomorphia monster from your graveyard, except this card. You can only use each effect of Dinomorphia Diplos once per turn. Got another Ghoul and Bursty. I might make a Nordic deck for the memes, for some jokes. So we'll see what I got. Alright, here we go. Bee Trooper Landing, normal spell. Fusion summon 1 insect fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. If this card's in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, banish 2 insect monsters from your graveyard, add this card to your hand. You can only use this effect of Bee Trooper Landing once per turn. Now I know what you're thinking. Absolute Hercules is a big investment, being 4 insects as material, so the odds of you running 2 in your extra deck are not 0, but not super high. Why would you want to banish some insect monsters? This is because there is a Bee Trooper monster that summons itself by returning banished insect monsters from the banish zone to your main deck. At least in my opinion, that's what this is here for. Also, it's just good imagery. Giant bug flying in from this line of flames. Looks like it's kind of blocking out the moon or the sun. Kind of hard to tell by the way the lighting goes. But, good card. Decent card. It's the Beat Trooper Fusion. Another nothing new. Starting to get a bad feeling about this. That's a real bummer. Another Nordic Relic. Yep. Yeah, not really a good opening. The second Armor Horn and the Fossil Dig for any future decks is the best stuff I got out of that one. But you know what? I will not be defeated. I will get the cards that I want. Or die trying. Nothing new. Resonance Insect might find its way into my Beat Trooper deck. Alright, here's a new one. DDD Divisor King Deus Machin X is a rank 10 Xyz Pendulum monster. Pendulum effect. While you have a card in your other Pendulum zone, you can target one Pendulum monster you control or in your graveyard. Special summon the card in your other Pendulum zone. And if you do, place the targeted Pendulum monster in your Pendulum zone. Alright, that's a whole lot of words. You can only use this effect once per turn. Requires 2 level 10 Fiend monsters. You can also exceed this card using a DDD monster you control as material. Transfer its materials to this card. You can only control this card in your monster zone. Once per chain, when a monster card your opponent controls activates effect, quick effect. Either detach 2 materials from this card, or destroy 1 dark contract you control, and if you do, attach that opponent's card to this card as material. Once per turn, during your standby phase, you can place this card in your Pendulum zone. Alright. It doesn't negate the opponent's card effect, so I don't think it's going to be that good of a boss monster for the investment. There's probably some decent ways to cheese it out, though. I know DD has its own Xyz monsters. I think they do, at least. Nothing! Come on, pack, show me the money. Surprise me. Impress me. Nope. Oh. Rarity bump. Could be something. Could be nothing. I've been lied to before. Third Armor Horn. Alright. I'll take it. Nothing in that one. Gleipnir, the Fetters of Fenrir. Add a Nordic monster from your deck to your hand. Wouldn't be terrible if it was a spell card, but it's a trap. Oh, we got something leading the pack. Another dark contract with the gate. You could at least give me a nicer rarity than that. I'm starting to take these pack openings personally. Fourth Armor Horn. Rarity bump. Oh, we got 3. Another Ghoul and Bursty, Beat Trooper Descent, and there's Atlas. So, Beat Trooper Descent. Special summon 1 Beat Trooper token. Then, if you control an insect monster with 3,000 or more attack, destroy 1 other spell or trap on the field. You can only activate 1 Beat Trooper Descent per turn. So, if you have a blank board, you just get a token. If you got a big bug on the field, pop a back row. Not the worst. And here we have the man himself, Giant Bee Trooper Invincible Atlas. Link 4, 3000 attack, requiring 2 or more insect monsters. While this Link Summon card has 3000 or less attack, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects, also it can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Let's word that another way. While this card has more than 3000 attack, it cannot be destroyed by card effects or targeted by card effects. Sorry, it cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. You cannot special summon this monster. You cannot special monsters except insect monsters. You can tribute one insect monster to activate one of these effects. Special summon a Bee Trooper monster from your deck. Or, have this card gain 2000 attack until the end of this turn. You can only use this effect of Giant Bee Trooper Invincible Atlas once per turn. So, we got a big bug out here that gives himself some extra protections when he has more than his base attack stat of 3000. You could go ahead and use the effect to give himself an extra 2000 attack points, or maybe there are some other ways to get his stats over 3000. Maybe we'll even open them in this pack set. We shall see. However, his other effect of special summoning a Bee Trooper monster from the deck, that is a big one. Because that can summon things like Sting Lancer. Sting Lancer is a good card because on summon he gets you a Bee Trooper spell or trap. So, this pack opening, or at least this set, was salvaged at the end by getting Invincible Atlas, and I now have a full set of Armor Horns. And I started getting Descent. Let's go again. Guardian Chimera, that's a good get from this set. With a rarity bump, too. Guardian Chimera, level 9 beast with 3300 attack and defense, requiring 3 monsters with different names as its material. Must be fusion summoned using only fusion materials from your hand and field with at least 1 monster from each. If this card is fusion summoned by a spell card or effect, you can draw cards equal to the number of cards used as material from the hand, and if you do, destroy cards your opponent controls equal to the number of cards used as material from the field. You can only use this effect of Guardian Chimera once per turn. While Polymerization is in your graveyard, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. This is a versatile card. So, let's say you have 1 monster on board and 2 in the hand. You use Polymerization to summon this thing. You get to draw 2 cards for the materials that are used in hand, and you get to destroy 1 card your opponent controls for the one on field. It's non-targeting destruction too, and this card's protections while the Polymerization used to summon it is in your graveyard. This is good in any fusion deck. Let's go on to the next pack and see if we can get another goodie. I'm going to speed these up. Slide! Apex Predation. If you control a normal summon monster or set monster, destroy all special summon monsters on the field. Until the end of your next turn after this card is activated, you cannot normal summon or set. You can only activate 1 Apex Predation per turn. I don't know if this deserves to be an ultra rare. Definitely not one of the ultra rares I wanted. I would have wanted another Atlas. Or maybe a Dinomorphia. Can't live in the past though. No matter how soon it was. Another Armor Horn. And slide. Another Dark Contract with the Gate. Nothing. Golden Bursty. Nothing. Nothing. Repeats. Golden Bursty. Glepnir. Other than the Guardian Chimera, this was a letdown, especially wasting an Ultra on getting Predation. Wow, it doesn't even look like I have an Ultra in this one. Come on, give me what I want. Desire sensor is real. Dark Contractor at the gate. Rarity bump. Doesn't matter. Fossil dig. Not bad. Like it more than Apex Predation. Another DD Griffin. Seraphim Papillion. This is a good card. Oh look, I never actually saw this thing up this clip before. It's a little moth baby with huge wings comparatively. Link 3 Insect Monster, requiring two monsters with different two plus monsters with different names. Gains 200 attack for each counter on it. You can only use one of the following effects of Seraphim Papillion per turn and only once that turn. If this card is link summon, place one counter on this card for each insect monster used as its material. Quick effect. You can remove one counter from this card, special summon one level 4 or lower insect from your graveyard in defense position. So unfortunately, its first effect for getting counters is mandatory. But regardless, you couldn't use its second effect anyway because it wouldn't have counters. But it is a little upsetting to know that its second effect is locked away until the turn after it's summoned. Still, a good card for bugs, insectors, and bee troopers. Nothing! Do we got something good in here? Another Golden Bursty, another Papillion. I will take it. So there's a different insect link that I'm looking for. Got another Descent. DDD Vice King Requiem. Level 8 Pendulum effect. Target any number of Dark Contract cards you control, destroy them, and if you do, special summon this card from your Pendulum zone. Then increase or decrease its level by the number destroyed. You can only use this effect once per turn. Monster effect. You cannot special monsters except DDD monsters. A DDD monster that was fusion, synchro, Xyz, or link summoned using this card on the field as material gains this effect. Once per turn, target a card in the field. Shuffle a Dark Contract from your field or graveyard into the deck, and if you do, destroy that target. Then gain 1,000 life points. You can only use this effect of DD Vice King Requiem once per turn. It's alright. You could just set a Dark Contract, set this in the Pendulum Zone, pop the contract, summon itself. Another rare value. Another contract with the gate. There's a Dinomorphia. Dinomorphia Stealth Bergia. Is a level 6 Dinosaur Fusion, no attack, 2500 defense, requiring two Dinomorphias with different names. While your life points are 2000 or less, you do not pay life points to activate trap cards or Dinomorphia monster effects. You can only use each of the following effects of a Dinomorphia Stealth Bergia once per turn. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, special summon one level 4 or lower Dinomorphia monster from your graveyard. It's alright. The big gets out of this one are another Fossil Dig and the Papillions. Other than that, bummer. I'm really stacking up the SRs though. Those are all gonna get dusted. One Ultra. Potentially. Come on, give me the bugs. You know I want them bugs. Contract with the gate. Nothing. Potential for some shiny goodness. Maybe even a prismatic shiny goodness, if I ask nicely. Nope. Epigonin. Again. Tired of that man. He's impersonating cards I actually want. Another Stealthbergia. Another Glepnir. Why did they put the Magnet Warriors in this set? There must have been other things they could have filled with. Oh, hey. 2 Miscellaneousaurus. Not bad. During the main phase, quick effect. Send this card from your hand to the graveyard. During this main phase, dinosaur monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. You can banish any number of dinosaur monsters from your graveyard, including this card. Special summon a dinosaur monster from your deck with a level equal to the total number of monsters banished to activate this effect. But destroy it during the end phase. You can only use this effect of Miscellaneousaurus once per turn. Good protection for the old dinos. Make themselves untargeted. Untargetable. Epigonin, I'm sick of you. You disgust me. Nothing. Third Miscellaneousaurus, and Ghoul and Bursty. Big nothing. Will it redeem itself in the final pack of this one? Show me another Atlas. Dinomorphia Therizia. Level 4, 1500 attack. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can set a Dinomorphia trap directly from your deck to your spell trap zone. Then, if your life points are 2000 or less, this card gains 500 attack. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish 1 trap from your graveyard, special summon 1 level 4 lower Dinomorphia monster from your graveyard except Therizia. You can only use the effect of Dinomorphia Therizia once per turn. I don't know if these Dinomorphia cards warrant their rarity for their effects. Granted, I've never seen Dinomorphia in action, so I could be speaking nonsense. But for a lot of their effects not triggering until you're at 2000, or at least not being as powerful as they could be until you're below 2000, they're really banking on you having enough solemns to be able to get somewhere. Another Descent. There we go. Insector Piccofolina. Link 2, requiring 2 insect monsters. If this card is link summoned, you can discard 1 card, target 1 other insect monster you control, equip 1 insect monster from your deck to it as an equip spell that gains this effect. The equipped monster gains 500 attack and defense. You can target 3 insect monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, then draw 1 card. You can only use each effect of Insector Piccofolina once per turn. So this effect of shuffling back is already super simple because its effect on summon requires you to discard 1 and requires 2 material, guaranteeing you will have 3 insects in the grave. Well, guaranteeing at least 3 cards in the grave. And if you're paying attention, you remember to discard an insect, shuffle it back in, draw a card. Good get. Oh. The God Pack. Sting Lancer. And Odin. I don't mind Odin. And here is Sting Lancer. During the main phase, quick effect. Target 1 insect monster in your graveyard and 1 monster in opponent's graveyard. Special summon this card from the hand, and if you do, place the targeted monster on the bottom of the deck. If this card is normal special summon, you can add 1 Bee Trooper spell trap from your deck to your hand. You can use the effect of Bee Trooper Sting Lancer once per turn. Good card. I will actually be right back. So, talk amongst yourselves, I guess. Sorry about that, everyone. Had to deal with some stuff. Back to the opening. Got a Sting Lancer. Very nice. Another Descent. I think that's my fourth. I'll edit out that downtime later. Another Griffin. Nothing. Show me some B-Troopers. Atlas, Sting Lancer. Give me the big ones. They're Apex Predation. Waste of an Ultra. Nothing. Outdotic King. Alright, got Picafolina and Sting Lancer, so wasn't the worst. Have an Odin, which I might make for an easier meme deck. Other than that, still let down at the amount of Ultras I've gotten so far. Want to get 2 more Sting Lancers and 1 more Atlas. Then I'll say I'm satisfied with the pack. If that don't happen, I ain't happy. And you know me, I'm usually such a cheery sort. Another Papillion. Prismatic Papillion! I'm keeping that. That might be the first Prismatic I actually play. Another Stealth Bergia. Another Reversion. I'm gonna hold on to these Dinomorphias until their big boy comes out. Wrexham. Wrexham? I barely knew him. Give me a good one. I guess. I'm starting to be disappointed by it. Just thinking back to those happy times when I opened Absolute Hercules and Atlas and Chimera. Those really nice ultra rares. Now look at what I've become. Clawing for scraps. Come on. Alright, well now I feel insulted by it. Sure. Just think about the prismatics, Phoenix. Would have liked a prismatic Atlas. I sell for just a second Atlas. 5th B-Trooper Descent. Nothing, nothing. Nothing from nothing. Leaves nothing. Don't want it. Nothing. Nothing. Come on, where's that streamer luck I've heard about? Another Lepnir? Seriously? Come on, universe. Another Descent. And a Nurse Arctic Chariot. Another Piccofolina. No Ultras, but it gave me a Rainbow Glepnir. It sounds like it's not good when we say it. Glepnir. Nothing. Nothing. Chat, I know who gets that reference. Requiem. Oh, how kind of them to bump it up. Maybe I'll get another Fossil Dig. Or an Apex Predation. Or another Absolute Hercules. As happy as I am to have it. Wanted another Atlas. Nothing. Come on, give me the Atlas. Give me a Sting Lancer. Octodad King. Nothing. Another Griffin. Alright. Show me the Atlas. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Glepnir, Miscellaneosaurus. Theresia. Guess I had to get her at some point. This pack I would rate, or this set I would say is a barely okay opening. Last 10 pack. Nothing. Nothing. I'm really starting to hate that card. No right being a super. Third Odin. One of them's getting dusted. Another Miscellaneosaurus. Alright, come on, Rainbow Pack. Show me something good. Show me the Atlas. Show me the Sting Lance. Dinomorphia Domain. That's actually new. During the main phase, pay half your life points. Special one Dinomorphia Fusion monster from your extra deck using monster from your hand, deck, or field as material. When your opponent activates a card or effect while the opponents are 2,000 or less, banishes a card from your graveyard. You take no effect damage from your opponent's card effects this turn. Nice being able to fuse from hand, deck, or field. As a costly ultra. And won't be relevant for a few months. So between then and now, I might just dust it. There's Arctic Chariot, Papillion. Got a second Guardian Chimera. Don't know if I'll ever need to run two, but I have it. Take that, people who have one. Another Armor Horn. Come on, you could have given me a Prismatic at this point. Last pack. Rare value. Piccofolina. Aaron the Octodad King. And that's going to be all the opening. Let's see what I didn't get. Alright, so the only cards I'm missing are Dinomorphia Kentragina, and DDD Duo Don King Kali Yuga. That name is designed to hurt me. I only got one Sting Lancer. I got two Absolute Hercules and one Invincible Atlas. I'm probably going to end up crafting one more Atlas, and probably two more Sting Lancers. See how we're doing on B Trooper cards. Plenty of you, plenty of you, plenty of all the others. I think that's everything I would need. I know the B Trooper solo gate, I checked the rewards, and some of them give you B Trooper cards. So with all this, I should be pretty well set up to make a B Trooper deck and start running it. But this is not a B Trooper showcase. This is an opening of Invincible Raid, and I've done all that I can for that, which means it is now the end of this video. If you caught the stream, thanks for watching. If you're catching the replay, thanks for that too. Goodbye.